Hello, my beautiful internet friends. I hope you're having a good week. Today is Friday, so it is the day that I need to stuff my first paycheck for March, but I did want to take some time to do this video first to go over how to budget out your money. So if you want to start budgeting cash stuffing in the month of March, we're going to go over how you're going to go out about doing that. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log on to your online banking and print off the last 2 to 3 months of your bank statements. So you basically, in order to make a budget, you need to see what you're currently spending. When I did it, I printed off my statements, and I took a bunch of different color highlighters, and one highlighter, like the yellow for example, would be for fixed expenses, so things that are going to come out monthly automatically or without question. They will be coming out every month. So things like rent, I have child support, car insurance, cell phones, any subscriptions, bank fees, stuff like that. So that's the first thing that you want to find, what comes out monthly. So I'm using this little spreadsheet this planner comes from Intentional Living. You can find her on YouTube. Her name is Kristen, and she does sell these digital planners that you purchase, and then you can download them onto GoodNotes is what I use. I do believe there are other ones that you can use as well. Let's make sure my pen is on. Okay, so on the left here, I have the income line, so how much you're making in income. So say you make $1,000 a week for your pay, then your monthly income is going to be $4,000, but that is dependent on how much you make. So the fixed expenses, things like rent, child support, you want to make sure you're noting the monthly amount, the due date, and your weekly budget. So if you're going to stuff your envelopes every week, this would be a weekly budget. If you're going to do it once a month, this would be your monthly budget, or bi-weekly is another popular one if you get paid bi-weekly. Because my husband and I both get paid bi-weekly, but they do stagger, we do stuff every single week. So if you go to, you want to make sure you're checking the most important things first, right? So rent for us is $700 a month. We do get a great deal on rent because my parents are our landlords, so we are quite lucky with that. That's due on the 1st of each month. So if we are doing $700 a month and we want to stuff for next month, we're going to divide the 700 into 4. So $700 a month divided by the 4 stuffings we're going to do is going to equal $175 per week. So I know, based on the fact that I have a weekly budget, that I need to stuff $175 per week so that I'm ready when the first comes. I will have the $700. I do round up. So if your rent is $700 and you divide it by 4 and it comes out to a weird number, round up. Don't round down, because you'd rather have too much money stuffed than not enough. So rent is one of the more important ones. Child support for us is $555.25 per month, and that's also due on the 1st. So if we're dividing that by 4, it comes out to $138.81, but we're going to round up to $140 a week. So for the first week of March, the second week, third week, and fourth week, I will stuff $140 and that will mean we are fully budgeted for next month. So you are budgeting for a month ahead, so you do kind of have to be up to date on your current month. Our insurance is $140 a month, and you'll find all this in your statement that you print from your online banking. The due date for our car insurance is the 27th, and the due date is important because you know that your money that you stuff needs to be in the bank before this date, before it is automatically pulled. So if we have $140 a month, it's due on the 27th. So we will do 140 divided by 4, which is going to be $35 a week. So this is where your envelopes come in. So if I need 175 for rent, 140 for child support, and 35 for insurance, that's a good place to start with your envelopes. So my phone bill is $50 a month, and that comes out on the 20th. I do have a cheat sheet because I did figure all this out before filming. I thought it would be better. So $50 divided by 4, it's going to equal 12.5. So I'm going to round up. So I'm going to save $15 a week for Kudo, and that's my phone bill. The phone number 2, which is public mobile, that's my husband's. His is only $40 a month, and his comes out on the 11th. And 40 divided by 4 equals $10 a week. So we do have all of these envelopes prepared and ready to be stuffed. Bank fees are $20 a month. So everything, you need to count everything. You need to know all of the money going out, all of the money coming in. This is probably the hardest part of the whole process. And then once this is done, you just know. I never have to check anymore. I know that rent gets $175. I know that the child support gets $140. I know that it's $35 a week for the insurance. So it will stick, but it also may change. So just keep an eye on that stuff too. So bank fees is $20. It comes out on the last day of the month. So I'll put 31st. So we are doing $20 divided by 4, which would be $5 a week. And I don't currently have an envelope set up for this, so I'm going to leave a note. This just kind of comes out of the bank account, but I want to have an envelope for everything that I possibly can. So we're still in fixed expenses. Amazon Prime and Spotify are the 2 subscriptions we have. So Amazon Prime is $12 a month. It comes out on the 19th. So $12 a month. Oh yes, so this is not currently budgeted. We are currently saving $10 a week until we have the $100 for a year subscription. So right now our Amazon Prime is not budgeted. It's only $12 a month, so we know that that money is going to be in the bank account. It's not currently budgeted, but it does come out on the 19th, and we are halfway done saving for our yearly subscription for Amazon. Spotify is $15 a month. That's for Jordan and myself. That comes out on the 24th. And you'll start to remember these as well. Like I know that the 27th is insurance. I know that the 24th is Spotify. I know that 19th is Amazon. And I know that rent and child support comes out on the 1st. Once you do it a couple of times, it will stick. So if we have $15 a month divided by 4, that is 3.75. So I'm not going to save $3.75. I'm going to up that to $5 a week. So once we have the 100 for Amazon, we will put this back in our envelopes and just save the $100 a year. So once you get your fixed expenses, the next thing that I like to look at is the debt, any loans or debt you have. You can also skip down to variables. You can use another highlighter and highlight all the times you've gotten gas, all the times you've gotten groceries. You add up those numbers. What I did was, if I'm spending, generally I'm spending about $200 a week on groceries. That's what I budgeted. If you are looking to lower your spending, you can take what you currently spend, the average of what you currently spend on each category, and subtract 20%. So if you want to take 20% off of the $200 a week for groceries, you can save a little bit there, and then you're encouraged to kind of lower your spending. We're currently not in a place where we can take 20% off anything. We are just doing bare minimum for groceries currently, so that's not something we did, but you are able to try and lower your spending. For me, this is more about tracking what I'm spending and making sure we have enough in the bank account to supplement that. So debt is a huge thing we're trying to pay off right now. So we have, these are our loans and these are our credit cards. So my student loan is $119 a month, and that does come out on the 31st of each month, and I do budget that. So 119 divided by 4 is going to be $29.75. So we are going to up it to $30 a week. So I have an envelope that's called loans, and I put $30 a week in it, and then at the end of the month, it has enough to be taken back to the bank and to pay off my student loan. Another thing you're going to want to make sure that you do is to have automatic payments set up for these. So I just recently did that, where each payday, on Jordan's payday, he pays for his student loan, his line of credit, and his Capital One. And on my paydays, I pay for the Fairstone account, which is where we got our furniture. We had to get a king size bed because we have a huge dog who sleeps with us. So I pay off the Fairstone, Aaron's Capital One, and our Visa card. So it's just kind of split so that it's not all coming out at once. It's kind of less damaged that way. So Jordan's student loan is $212, and that comes out bi-weekly. So it's not $212 bi-weekly, it's $212 monthly. The monthly amount is $212. So bi-weekly we will pay $106 to add up for that. I was wondering why that wasn't sounding right. So this week coming up is my pay week, so I'm just going to keep note of that. So Jordan's line of credit is $100 a month is what we are paying, but we do pay bi-weekly. So that's $50 every J-pay. Fairstone, they take $62.34 per month. We do pay that bi-weekly. So that's $31.17 on ePay, on my payday. So I'm going to highlight that because that's going to be coming out this week. So we need to remember that when we are budgeting my paycheck that I got today. So that's it for the loans. So for our credit cards, Aaron Capital One, we pay $100 a month, and it's bi-weekly paid, and it comes out $50 on my payday, Aaron's pay. That's my dog barking in the background. So Jordan Capital One, same kind of deal. It's $100 a month, but we do pay that bi-weekly. So that's going to be $50 every Jord pay. So I'm going to highlight Aaron pay because that's important for this week. And Visa is another one that's automatically set up. These are all automatically being paid now. I love that you can set up recurring payments and you don't have to panic about what do I need to pay today. It just happens automatically. So the Visa is $100 a month. We pay that bi-weekly, so that's $50 on Aaron's pay. So this week is Aaron's pay, so I am going to keep track of that. A couple of things I don't currently have envelopes for because they change so much. It's so up in the air. We buy gas as needed. That's why every paycheck I try and leave some in the bank account. Groceries as needed, but it's typically about $200 each payday, so that would be $200 a week on payday. But like I said, I don't budget that out because usually on payday I go and get groceries. So instead of taking it from the bank, putting it in the envelope, and then taking the envelope to the grocery store, I just know I have about a $200 window to work with when I go get groceries. And eating out, I don't have that budgeted, but we have brought that down quite a bit. So usually I go out once a week to eat with one of my friends. We don't see each other very often. When we do, we like to stuff our faces with food and gossip and, you know, all the good stuff. So pharmacy is another one that I don't, it's not always the same what I'm spending monthly. So I do like to put about $40 for the month in there to cover my prescriptions and to cover vitamins and stuff like that. Are you looking for your phone?
Yeah, thanks.
Here. So dogs flea meds. So they go, it's $25 a month for each of them. So it's about $50, $50 a month for both of them for their flea meds. So we can do $15. So $50 divide it by 4, we'll do about $15 a week until that's stuffed. Dogs groom, Lucy, it's $40 every 6 weeks to get Lucy groomed. So again, I just stuff $10 a week until stuffed. Because it's every 6 weeks, so that's hard to divide. So we just do what we can. So then you have an overview of your expenses, your debt, and your variables. And I have, this was just a couple examples, so there is more variables that I have that I do have envelopes for. So then once you have all this and all your due dates, you're going to want to have a calendar that shows where things are. I mean, you don't have to, but this is what I like to have. So it shows, the yellow highlights are paydays. The green highlighted are our bills that are coming out. And the pink is just extra stuff happening. So when Lucy had her groom appointment, there was a couple parties that are coming up, a tattoo appointment. I did actually cancel that. So everything's there. And I also have it written out here. All my debt's written out. All my bills are written out here when they come out, just so I can see it in one snap view. Aaron's payday, it's usually about $1,000, and these are the debt payments we make. Jordan's payday, the same kind of thing. So then when you go to plan out your paychecks, so when we are planning out the first paycheck of March, the paycheck was $1,060. And then we are going to take away our debt payments. So if you remember, you just have to remember where you keep all of your notes. So we had $31.17 and two $50 payments. So we are going to immediately from our paycheck take away the $31.17 and take away $50 for one debt payment and $50 for the other. Hold that thought. Okay, we didn't find a calculator, but we found a phone. So if we have 1,060 and we are subtracting 31.17 minus 50 minus 50, we're down to 928.83. So let's leave the 28.83. So we'll have $900, and then we do like to take away $200 for groceries. So that leaves us with the $700, and we do have some overdraft in the account. So I'm going to take another $200 for overdraft. So we'll say we have $500 to stuff. So I always do that every payday to figure out how much I actually can stuff. Let's put total stuffing amount $500. This is March 3rd. So this is typically the work that I do before I start the cash stuffing videos. So this would always be done behind the scenes. So let's see. So immediately our monthly bills are the most important, and we already figured out that kids gets $175 a week. So we have $500, subtract the 175, and then 140, and then we have 35, and then we have 15 for phones, and then 10 for the other phone. 10. We're saving $10 a week until we have enough for a yearly subscription of Amazon. I do have my cheat sheet here. I printed this off so I didn't have to go back and forth. And then Spotify is going to get $5 a week until we have enough. And then, so we can we'll add all that up later. Actually, we have 120 left. Let's add this up. So that's $390 that's being stuffed in our bills binder. And then we're going to skip the spending and go right into sinking funds. We do like to save for birthdays and Christmas when at all possible. So we're starting with 120. So birthdays, let's do $10 for Parker, $10 for Lily, and $10 for family. So that's 30. So we're down to 90. And for Christmas, we will do $20 for Parker, $20 for Lily, $10 for family. So subtract 50. So we have $40 left to stuff. I will leave a little $40 note there and add these up. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80. $40, $50, $60, $70, $80, yep. So we have $40 left. Oh, I just erased that. We have $40 left, so let's see. We're going to need to stuff Sanity, so I will put let's just put all the $40 into there. So there, we have a plan out, so 40 plus 80 plus 390 is too much. To be over by $10, so let's make this 30, because this is the least prioritized one. So there, so now we are ready to stuff for the first week of March. I do keep a note over here of what we are paying for debt. The debt doesn't get stuffed, but we know that we are putting $31.17 towards Fairstone. We know that we are putting $50 to Aaron's Capital One, and we know that we are putting $50 on the Visa. So we'll add that up, $31.17 plus 50 plus 50, $131.17 in debt this week. So debt is our main priority. Once debt is not our main priority, we can start focusing on long-term savings or stuffing more of the spending binder. But until then, we will do what we can with what we've got. And the next video I'm going to film later today of our first cash stuffing for March. So let me know in the comments if this helps. If you want me to go in depth anymore, I can. This was a request, so I'm happy to share how I kind of budget out my paychecks. Everyone can do it differently based on what works for you. I've tried a couple different ways. And for debt, you can try the snowball method. There's a couple different methods, but really just do your research and find what works for you. And cash stuffing, this is what works for me. So I will see you on the next video where we will put this tracker to use. Bye.